Windsor County Church is helping you rebound. They are joining forces with 3 local nonprofits to distribute food, and their daily operation rivals that of a large food bank. WMAR 2 News' Megan Knight has more on how these groups are feeding thousands of families every single month and how they could use a little bit more help.
It's not something you normally hear in the parking lot of a church. Forklifts going back and forth, lifting pallets of fresh produce and milk off of tractor trailers. But this is the new normal at St. Gabriel Church in Windsor Mill. It's sacred property, now a makeshift food bank.
It's a lot of work to feed the communities right now.
Christopher Dipnerine is the founder of For My City, a food rescue nonprofit in Baltimore. He, along with St. Gabriel and the groups So What Else and Food Rescue Baltimore, came together to address the spike in food insecurity at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The fresh produce comes from a USDA program called Farmers to Families.
Food that would have been initially wasted is now going to be boxed, produced, and sent to distributors for them to give out to programs like this here.
Dipnerine says so far they've given out about 10 million pounds of food since the start of the pandemic. That food is distributed to local families, and it's also shared with more than 150 organizations from around the state and beyond. Radamés Avila of Los Niños de Maria in Bowie makes the trek to the church almost daily.
We had a great satisfaction just to know that we are here to do something good for somebody else.
And dozens of different groups and churches and other places of worship come to the St. Gabriel's parking lot. Some of them getting here as early as 5:30 in the morning to make sure they get a spot in line so they can get enough food for the families that they serve.
We don't mind to wake up every day 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to be able to get this and give it to people who cannot come over here and pick it up by themselves.
And inside the church's community center, which has been converted into a warehouse of sorts, more food donated by restaurants and grocery stores that would have otherwise been thrown out. Hundreds of boxes of food, along with clothes and personal care items, are packed up and given out every week.
We have essentially built up a business with over 100 volunteers that are working 12, 14-hour days, 6, 7 days a week sometimes. An organization, a business, wouldn't have been this effective at starting up as we are.
Each group acknowledges that without each other, this entire production likely wouldn't have happened on such a large scale. It's one of the few silver linings to come out of this pandemic. People coming together, sharing their strengths and resources, motivated by love and compassion.
It's really synergy that came together, and I think that's what's so important in the work that we do. Look out in this parking lot where all these people are making a difference in the community from such distances. I think makes me feel that we're really making a difference as a parish.
In Windsor Mill, Megan Knight, WMAR 2 News.